you don't gotta say what you want, cause all of this dough has been enough for you. Got all these dollars and dollars around me. I watch her look at the sky while it's falling. I see this fine women line out behind me. I got them bouncing, bouncing, bouncing on me, yeah. I'll tell you just how this shit go. When the weekend bottles to go, she shaking it in style on the floor. Living with no fade in the door. I'm super hot and ready to go. It's looking like it's 30 to 4. I swear to God that I'm is a roll. It's over. Gotta keep getting myself.
Baby, 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 baby. Welcome back to the Chrono Trigger playthrough. This time we're gonna be finding out where Chrono left his medicine. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to Granzadora in Dragon Quest X. And this is I guess technically the last town on this island. Specifically here. We have a little bit of a story here. It gets interesting, I promise, because we're going to do a little bit more story surrounding our cute little amnesiac here. I forget if I mentioned Mishiwa lost her memory, but here we go. We've got all the MacGuffins from the 3 other towns, and we're ready to do some stuff at the capital. We have our friend Claus here. He's been repping it since the beginning. And like I said, Mishiwa's here as well. We're doing our thing. But I'll go ahead and just jump straight into story spoilers. We're not going to waste any time here because that's bad. You know, you don't like to waste time. Time is valuable. So we'll go through this pretty quickly. I will do the story spoilers, and then we'll get into our topics of the day. And I think to make it a little bit congruent with the story spoilers, we'll go ahead and talk about the self in some way, finding yourself, self-love, self-care. We'll talk about that a little bit. But for now, you know, skip to the chapters if you'd like, but for now, you know, now that you're here, I can go ahead and let you know what this wonderful story gives us here today. So, the summary. Yes, guys, Granzadora is a wonderful place that we're traveling to. At first, when we get all 3 butterflies and we're like, hey, I got all the 3 butterflies, let's go through the gate. The guy's like, 3 butterflies? What the fuck are you talking about? Get the hell out of here, idiot. And he won't let us through. And then we walk away, and then we meet Claus and Mishiwa, but they let Mishiwa through easily, and we know Mishiwa, so you know we do the whole bouncer thing. You know, I'm with her, kind of thing, and me and Claus get through to Granzadora now. Now you have a little bit of a traveling area before you get to Granzadora, but when you get there, we do what we do in every Dragon Quest game. You go see the king first, and we're with Mishiwa, right? So we're going to see the royalty here with Mishiwa. We see a big statue. Mishiwa notices it, and it's like, oh wow, that's so interesting. I'm gonna look at that. And then you know you meet the king or perhaps queen, the royalty there. They look very similar to Mishiwa, strangely enough, and they're not uncovering that immediately. You know, it's just kind of like a weird thing. But we find out. Everybody's confused about it, and when she finds out that Mishiwa's memory is missing, so we devise a plan to go to the cave to get her memory back, see if it jogs it a little bit, because there's disturbances with monsters in the cave or something like that. You know, you gotta save people, so that's basically our quest for this segment. We're going to a cave. I think it's called Zedra Cave to do that. And then when we get to the cave, giant dragon appears, all that good stuff, but it attacks Mishiwa directly, right? Goes straight for her, but some kind of mysterious power blocks it. And then once the royalty, who looks like Mishiwa, who looks exactly like Mishiwa, sees this, they realize that you have the royal power in you or whatever. So she wants to extract her power. Goes back to the castle and locks her up, and the last task of this little recording I have here is going behind the castle through a secret passageway to rescue her. And slight spoilers, we're gonna do the actual memory getting, the actual flashbacking and all that stuff next episode. And I think the big spoiler plot twist about, you know, the truth of this world is going to happen next episode as well. Next episode in quotation marks because I think I will split this up like I've been doing. It's about an hour long, so I'll probably split this up into like four or three 15 to 20 minute chunks for you guys. You know, perhaps do the story spoilers by themselves and get a couple of topics their own light to shine in a single video. But I do enjoy splitting up the commentary a little bit. I feel like it gives you more digestible chunks to watch here. Um, I personally like longer videos, but I've noticed my shorter videos do get a little bit more traction. So we'll see which one I love doing more. You know, we'll see which one builds up more momentum for me. Either way, the main thing I'm focusing on is just to make them easy to produce and fun to make. I have to have fun making these. You know, that's the main stipulation for it. So at least for me, I need something that drives me forward and not pulls me backwards creatively. Um, but yeah, that's our story for today. I hope I didn't drown your ears out with boringness with the story spoilers this time, but that's what we have on the docket for now. I imagine I may have missed a few couple of segments and things that could be said here, but you get the gist of it. It's a nice little amnesiac story about finding yourself, and it's about that one saying that people don't really tell you too much, but when you get told this, you're like, dang, that really makes sense. It's like people notice your value, but they don't want you to notice your value. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where you kind of think the old Anne Lucina, she recognized well, then I spoiled her name, but the old royalty, whatever, she recognized what she was, and is kind of hoping that Aunt Lucia never remembers, and we can just morph her into our own self and whatnot. But let me get out of story spoiler section and get a little bit more into the vibes of the talking today. I might cut it here for myself. I'll probably talk for a little bit longer, and then I'll give like a small cut here. Um, but what we're talking about today, I don't really have a script or anything, but I feel like I should just talk about, a little self-work, self-reflection, um, because usually in relationships, in life, in the spirits, it takes a lot of self-work to heal and be able to do the things you want to do, build the society you want around yourself. Takes a lot of internal work and external validation to utilize and learn those internal lessons. Um, but yeah, it's been a journey for me personally. I've noticed a lot of times in the relationships we make, if you take a step back and observe your own actions, in a perspective that's different from your own, you can really learn a lot of lessons that would have been blind to most like 90% of the population, because this skill to be able to jump out of your skin and see things from a different direction or a different mind state, just the analytical skill, very helpful. It's so helpful that some people can even get trapped in the analytical skill, um, and move too far away from action. That's how valuable this skill is. And on the other hand, a lot of people who don't have it tend to, take action perhaps on the wrong objectives, on the wrong things in life, just because they don't have the ability to see what other people clearly see, going on around them, or going on because of their actions, or whatever it is. Um, a lot of times it's very hard to perspective shift yourself, paradigm shift yourself, if you will. Um, but very possible to learn. That's what I definitely try to preach and put forward. Any skill can be learned by anyone. Which is why I say everybody is a creative individual. Everybody is an artist if they want to be. We all build things in society, whether it be guys or girls, if we want to. I feel like we all have the capability to. But the thing is, it's all so accessible nowadays. Very accessible. That you don't really have to. You don't really have to. You can sit in your room and goon and order Postmates and play video games all you want, man. You can. You can't. It's completely up to you. It's extracurricular. That's a very hard word. Um, it's extracurricular activities to better yourself. Because you don't have to. And the system actually doesn't want you to. You know, they don't want you to be healthy, wise, forward-thinking individuals. They want you to maintain the status quo and stay where you are and don't elevate and don't level up. You know, so to fight against that, you know, just to stick it up to the patriarchy, you know, to say fuck you, America, fuck the government. You could work on yourself. You know, you could bring that internally, or you could, you know, do a bunch of crimes. There's multiple ways, but like most things, there's a lot of solutions. Some more beneficial to others than others. Solutions. That was probably a better way to word that. I'm working on the yap skill, guys. I'm working on the yap skill. I feel like it's getting better. I don't know. It'll be easier to take a step back in a few years. It's been only like 3 months, you know. But one thing's for sure. The lag is definitely not changing. The lag is still here to stay. Luckily, the gameplay is not too interesting. I'm not gonna say interesting. It's just, you know, it's pretty basic. It's pretty average. It's pretty like, oh, I get what's going on here. You know, you don't need too much explaining on that part. You know, the lag's not really gonna get rid of the blood pumping combat or anything. It's all turn based, time based. So, you know, we're good there. Sorry if you guys are visual YouTube watchers. I suppose it is a video, but I hope you don't mind just putting this on as podcast info, you know, especially if you've already played this game. And just listening to me yap, listening to the wonderful words I have for you here today. And seeing what knowledge I can bestow upon you, because I feel like we all have a story to tell. We just need to start writing that story, you know, taking note of that story. But you can learn something from anyone. For sure. 100%. Even if they're an idiot, even if they're like 9,000 times stupider than you can still learn from them. And especially if you're smarter than you can learn from them. But I always, you know, take stock of everyone's words. You know, you pay attention. You be in the moment when you're talking to people, and don't just, like, I always hate when people have this attitude of whenever they talk to people, they're nervous and I have to think of what to say next when I'm around them, instead of actually focusing on their words and reacting genuinely to what's being said, what's being communicated or portrayed. Because if you do this whole, you know, reaction technology, like I gotta say the perfect thing to them, to make them like me, you know, to make them agreeable, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get yourself in this constant feedback loop, and you're gonna start thinking to yourself, why does everybody react to the same way to me? Why does everybody always do the same boring stuff to me or whatever? And then you're not realizing it's you. You are leading people to give you a boring life, essentially. Like, if you don't mix up your responses, if you don't respond how you feel, if you don't say the wrong thing sometimes, you know, people are going to give you boring shit to work with. And then, you know, you're going to be wondering why you feel like you've been having the same conversation for 5 years. We have to be way more explorative with just our expression in general. You know, not just the stuff we create, not just, you know, what we're working on or what we work for money. just be more expressive, express yourself and stop hiding your innermost thoughts and emotions, because that's what really gives the world light. Our uniqueness is what gives the world its fruit and all that good stuff. All its delicious sustenance. Okay, that was pretty gross. I'm not gonna do that again. I might do it again. I don't know. I gotta leave everything on the table. Nothing's off the table. Weigh all the options. Yeah, man, but that's just me on my conversational soapbox. I do say a lot of this stuff because it's happened to me. It's from my own experience, or from the experience that I've learned from people. So if I'm saying something and it strikes a nerve and you feel a little like attacked, it's because it's probably something that I did. So don't feel ashamed. We're all idiots here. We're all Dragon Quest idiots. Um, so yeah, we're just here to learn. I'm here to teach, but also to learn. You know, because the best way to learn is to teach. If you really, really want to get something under your belt and you want to know how to do it to reproduce it for other people, first of all, do the thing, of course, right? But second of all, um, if you really want to learn it, start teaching it, to no one. Just teach it to yourself. Write out a lesson plan. People really discount the skill of writing nowadays for some reason. Like, people don't like writing. Um, and now I kind of lean into that when I'm talking to people, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like writing either, so go ahead and record a voice note, transcribe the voice note with notes, and then send it through AI, and then just edit it so you don't have to read or write, whatever. So there are ways to get around it, but get your thoughts out on paper. Our thoughts are probably our most valuable asset. It's a skill set that you have. It's basically your equipment screen, your thoughts. And from your thoughts, we can pull out any tool that we need for the situation. So guys, you gotta organize your tools every now and then. You gotta clear out some shit. You gotta move some shit around. And you gotta do some feng shui, some spring cleaning in the head here. So while we do that, I'll give you guys time to do that. We'll come back to the next one. Because I gotta take a shit. The good old morning shits. Everybody subscribe. Definitely do that. And next time we'll go over to Cedric Cave. Okay. See you later.